let's start. So can you brief us about Rahi's overall, in a short nutshell, about its business in India and then overseas?
Okay, so Rahi is basically a global IT solution provider. So we are quite diversified in terms of geography and in terms of the offerings that we offer to our customers. So if you see my background as well, you can see the orange dots. So we pretty much present in all the major locations across the globe, whether it's US or it's Europe, complete APAC region, which covering Singapore, Vietnam, Philippines, China, Greater China. So that's about our geographical presence. And Rahi's headquarters are in Fremont, US. And if I talk about the India market, so currently we are having our headquarters in Pune, and we operate from 6 major locations. Like we are having offices in Mumbai, we are having offices in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Delhi, Kolkata. So pretty much we are having a pan-India presence across India. And currently we are around 300 people in India, people working in different functions, out of which like around 50 people are in sales and sales operations, and approximately 70 people are those like into technical pre-sales. Then we have logistics, HR, managed services. So there are a lot of offerings around it. So primarily Rahi has got broad verticals into data centers. Like that is one of the major area where we operate. We typically are into complete greenfield projects as well as commissioning, decommissioning. Typically customer can just give us 4 walls and we do everything, right from ceiling, flooring, electrical, UPS, active components. And we have been doing this for very large enterprise customers in India and globally. Then we have the IT practice where we do networking and security, and we have a very strong team for networking, whether customer needs a complete network architecture or they need a security solution. So all the leading partners, like top 5 global leading partners, are the ones where Rahi is having very good partnership in the networking domain. Then we are there in the workplace productivity, where we do AV solutions like meeting room solutions, huddle room solutions, your training room solutions. We also help organizations in the collaboration adoptions, like which is a key component in today's world, like adoption of Zoom or adoption of Teams, work from home solutions. Then we are into cloud solutions. So we typically help customers migrate from on-prem to the cloud, or any kind of applications they want to host on the cloud. So that's a broad offering about Rahi.
Okay, so since we are sort of moving out of a pandemic, but over 2 years we had seen a lot of disruption from an organization perspective in terms of IT. How so where do you see the companies are it's a bit of scenarios where remote working has grown immensely. So how is the IT road mapping moving post pandemic? Where has been the organizations planning their IT needs and infrastructure? What's your perspective, and how does Rahi comes into picture around this?
So definitely when this pandemic hit, literally nobody was prepared for it. It suddenly came in, and we all got impacted because of it, because of this pandemic. And especially the IT road mapping always comes with a lot of unpredictability, right? Because the technology is fast evolving, there is competition, you have changing applications. So to be very competitive and to sustain the business, the IT leaders need to deploy technology when they need and when they want to use it. So typically what happened in the earlier days, people used to get a budget like IT budget, which typically will come in like 2 years or 3 years or maybe every year. And they will do the spending on the IT, right? And by the time the deployment happens, they realize that now their business needs something else. And the supply chain situation is so fluid these days. Even leading OEMs like Cisco or Juniper, which are the key components for any IT backbone, they are having lead times ranging from 6 months to sometimes 18 months. So it's very difficult to live with the traditional way of adopting the technology. In my opinion, the best way is to consume the technology through a service-centric consumption model. Like you need to consume it, what you use and when you want to use it, right? So that is pay only when you want to use it. So this brings a lot of flexibility for the IT managers and the even the companies also, so to adapt themselves to the changing times, changing needs of the environment. I want to work from home, I have different needs today, right? So people are in hybrid working scenario. So in hybrid working, they need to collaborate as easy as possible. They want the access to the files as soon as possible. They can't just go to the office and access the files. So wherever they are, they want to work and they need to be productive. So they need to deploy architecture that definitely enhances their efficiency, and it is quite flexible enough to manage their changing requirements. So my take is they should really go for the cloud, or maybe they can think of hosting some applications on the cloud, slowly move their ad hoc or maybe old applications to a SaaS based services. And to enable this, they definitely need a partner like Rahi Systems, who can leverage the most flexible IT consumption model for them. We can understand their network architecture, which is most suiting their environment, and help in seamless migration or adoption of this technology, cloud technology.
So, just want to interrupt you here. You mentioned around IT budget. So what's your own take, or based on your experience with your customers? Given this pandemic, we have seen a lot of deployment moving to cloud, digital transformation projects has happened, and there's a lot of because of this remote working environment, infrastructure has a lot of change shifts has happened. So do you see going into this year, will there be any change around the IT budgeting, or there will be, in terms of the consumption model would change, as you did mention about, as a service kind of thing, or, cloud based services, or architecture companies should look at. But do you see overall change in the IT budgeting this year post this pandemic? The situation is quite different than 2 years.
See, this pandemic has definitely changed the global working model. Now, organizations, knowingly or unknowingly, they have adopted the hybrid working culture. And because of this, companies are definitely moving to the cloud-based data center, right? So innovation, efficiency, sustainability. So these are the driving force behind any data center technology. So we are using cloud servers, like it means we will be using somebody else resources, like they are ensuring like they are having the good quality of the system, they are maintaining that systems properly, they are able to optimize it. So these large cloud based data centers, they definitely help us to ensure better resource optimization, which is definitely not possible if I go for my own deployment. So my data is stored remotely, they are managed, they are backed up properly on a regular basis. So even high quality like service providers, they even provide the option of securely transmitting the data and receiving on a public network. So that is like they provide the highest level of security to any organization. So, and any given of time, my files, whatever documents, they are stored uh, online, they can be accessed anywhere, right? And for example, I have to build my own infrastructure. It really gives a lot of load on the capex investments, that I have to shell out money immediately and plan for it. And really, as I mentioned in my earlier discussion as well, the lead times, the changes in the technology, it's definitely not possible for the IT manager to manage the changes so rapidly as the business needs are changing, right? So, so due to this hybrid working model, definitely cloud-based is the best option, and people are definitely moving into that. And Rahi is helping those customers to understand their workloads, to understand the best way to migrate without any disruptions, without any downtimes, without any impacting on their applications, on their infrastructure, minimizing the costs, increasing the efficiencies, making it more suitable to their business environments.
Since you did mention that organizations should look at cloud as or as a service kind of model. So we are evolving more from a partner based usage. So how does, coming back to Rahi, how what sort of partnerships or you have with, say, data center providers or cloud provider? Can you little bit give about strategic partnership Rahi has in India from an market perspective?
So Rahi is a global like data center player. Like we are an IT solution provider, and Rahi has been into the data center space almost since beginning of inception, and that's our core strength. And even before the pandemic, like so Rahi had been like partnered with all the leading data center like providers in India as well as globally. And we are having this like strategic relationships, and we have already helped lot many customers, right, to identify the locations, to identify the kind of scenario, the colo spaces, the cloud services, because it's not about just renting out or leasing out a space. A data center may be a huge like structure which has racks, which has a lot of storage capacity or a lot of compute. So, but what the customer needs is an end-to-end solution, which which a data center provider cannot provide. And Rahi, with their strategic partnerships with those data center OEMs or maybe providers like you talk like Yota or maybe ControlX or NextGen. So these are the leading providers in India. So we are having strategic tie-ups wherein we lease out the space, we do and manage end-to-end for the customer. We are only utilizing the compute capabilities or the physical space from the data center provider. And for the customer, it's only one single point of contact, that is Rahi. And for all their requirements, whether it's the storage requirement, compute requirement, or any applications they want to host, because it's very tough for an organization to suddenly migrate from on-premises to the cloud. And even due to this cloud technology, even the smaller companies which couldn't afford maybe large data centers or maybe having very high-end infrastructure. So Rahi, as a solution provider, is able to serve their requirement as well, because we are able to provide them the best solution based on their workloads, where to place the workload, where the DR has to be placed, what kind of applications they should have on premises, or maybe like they may be using some application which they hardly use. So better go for a SaaS-based application. So that's the value add Rahi brings on the table for its customers.
Going ahead, what sort of, with all this partnership in place, and also I think you have partnership with Zoom and other players, right? So given with all this, offerings, what sort of roadmap you have for the company this year? What sort of plans you have, for the company, say in the Indian market or in this region?
So from the technology standpoint, our focus is on the cloud. Definitely, that is the roadmap. The way the industry is moving, because it gives a lot of flexibility to the users, to the customers. They are able to definitely leverage the technology, whether it's a small customer or the big customers. And it's very ideal to migrate workloads to the cloud, because you don't know when is the next disruption going to happen, right? Suppose I am having office in Delhi, suddenly pandemic hits and I have to shut down my office. So when my applications are on cloud, I have distributed workloads across different locations, so I am able to mitigate that risk. So organizations currently are focusing on the performance, on the security, and on the technology that business requires, right? So what we feel is technology moving towards the cloud. People still like who are in on the on-prem scenario, they are doing like migrating their applications. There will be multi-cloud applications. So we are having solutions where we are able to help the customers manage the multi-cloud effectively and efficiently. So that's the broad roadmap we see for the current year.
Okay. And then lastly, based on your experience in terms of customers' need, what sort of I mean, organizations or their CIOs are mainly concerned, given this, state of pandemic, we are moving out. We had a 2 years experience of working on, remotely. So what is their key concern in this scenario? We have, 2 or 3 key concerns that happens to be in every conversation or engagement with your customer. What are their expectations from, say, provider like Rahi or data center companies or cloud provider? What are the 2 or 3 main areas of their concerns?
See, one of the major area they need is the security. So which is their number one concern, because they have to take care of the security, compliances. A lot of things come into the picture when they have to host the applications on the cloud. So security clearance is something which is definitely an area of concern. And Rahi being a global platform, we have been able to provide the customers with the best of the security practices, the technologies, which are even like helping them to even BFSI kind of customers. To help them migrate without any risks. Second part is the flexibility, right, and sustainability. So they need something, a solution which is quite flexible, easy, and sustainable. They just don't want a temporary solution, right? So they want something which should stay on. And definitely considering the post-pandemic scenario, this hybrid workspace is going to continue, right? It's not a temporary phenomenon anymore. So companies are shrinking their infrastructure. They are saving on the like rentals or maybe the space they used to build earlier, and they are used to like hybrid way of working. And even they are able to attract the best of the talent. Like, for example, somebody is in Gujarat or maybe somebody is in Indore. They might not be able to come to Bangalore or some of the metro locations. But given the flexibility that cloud gives or our solution gives, so definitely this is something which they really sought after. Like, yes, they need security, they need flexibility and sustainability. So these are the key things which customers look at during the post-pandemic scenario.
With that, Rohit, we are done with the conversation and keeping it short and sweet, uh, keeping you the time limits we have. So first of all, thanks for joining, and I thank you all for for this particular call, and again apologize for the delay.
No worries.